the February 9th, 2026 meeting of the Leitchfield Plan Commission to order. Melissa, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, happy to. Commissioner Whitmore, Vice Chair Bowman,
Here.
Chairman Buckles,
Here.
Commissioner Clemens,
Here.
Commissioner Gibson, here, Commissioner Clemens.
Here.
All right, thank you. You have minutes behind your agenda, and you received those last week, so you might have had a chance to review those already. I will stand ready to entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented or as amended if you find something that needs to be addressed.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Kendall with a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Missy with the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. My visitor sheet. Mr. Ray, are you here on the matter that we're about to hear, or you have something different for us?
Something different.
Something different, okay. We going to do that later, Tyler, or?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to go ahead and do the public hearing. that'd be
Very
fine.
good, thank you very much. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing?
Motion to open the public hearing.
Missy with the motion, do I have a second?
Second.
April with the second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, this is a public hearing. Missy, would you read the abstract, please?
Yes. RZ, excuse me, RZ 26140, owner William Lee, applicant William Lee, location is 6 Grayson Springs Road, Leitchfield, Kentucky. The request is to change current zone from agriculture to C1 highway commercial.
Okay, this will be a public hearing inside a public meeting. Hearings are for the purposes of receiving evidence and taking testimony from the public. No action is taken inside the public hearing. The hearing is a judicial process that includes actual sworn testimony. We will begin by accepting testimony from the applicant, followed by anyone in support of the application. Then we will hear from anyone in opposition to the application. Following any opposition, the applicant may offer rebuttal to opposing testimony. Once all testimony is heard, the public hearing will be closed and public comment will no longer be accepted unless as a result of a direct question from the commission. Most often, the commission takes action the same day as a hearing, but under the provisions provided by KRS 100, we may delay action on requesting depending upon the volume of evidence to consider. All right, I have the sign-in sheet, so I don't see anyone here to speak on behalf of the matter. So apparently they are letting the application stand for itself. Hearing that, do I have a motion that we close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Okay,
I'll second.
Lisa with the second. Okay. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right. Tyler, do you have staff recommendation on this?
Yes, sir. So for the existing conditions in the surrounding land use, the subject property located along Grayson Springs Road, a major roadway serving as an entrance corridor into Leitchfield. The surrounding area includes commercial, utility, and public service uses and reflects a developing non-agricultural pattern along the corridor. The current agricultural zoning is no longer appropriate for the property due to surrounding commercial and institutional development, and the roadway's role as a corridor, as a commercial corridor. Agricultural zoning limits reasonable use of the property in a manner consistent with its location and surrounding land uses. The commercial zoning will allow development that supports economic activity and service divisions while utilizing existing roadway access and public utilities. And based on the above findings, planning staff finds that the requested zoning map amendment from agricultural to commercial for the property located at 6 Grayson Springs Road reflects the existing and emerging land use pattern along Grayson Springs Road, corrects an increasingly inappropriate zoning classification, and promotes public health, safety, and welfare. Therefore, planning staff recommends approval of the requested zoning map amendment.
Before any amendment is granted, the Planning Commission must find that the map amendment is in agreement with the adopted comprehensive plan, or in the absence of such finding, that one or more of the following apply: that the existing zoning classification given to the property is inappropriate and that the proposed zoning classification is appropriate, or that there have been major changes of an economic, physical, or social nature within the area involved which were not anticipated in the adopted comprehensive plan and which have substantially altered the basic character of the area. KRS 100 limits our ability to approve amendments based upon any other criteria, and the testimony and evidence we receive will have to have offered one of those two findings of fact. So you've heard the staff recommendation. Do you have any questions for staff or discussion among yourselves? Tyler, did I hear in your recommendation that, in essence, there have been major changes of an economic or physical nature that lead to the change being your recommendation for the change?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does anyone stand ready to make a motion, having said that?
I'll make a motion that we approve the zone change based on major changes in the economic, physical, and social nature of the area, and that were not anticipated in the adopted comprehensive plan. The entire farm that was a part of is divided into numerous parcels, so it's no longer really agricultural.
Kendall, with the motion, I have a second.
Second.
Second from Missy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this matter will be, our recommendation to the Leitchfield City Council will be that RZ 26140 will be accepted and approved. So thank you all for that. Okay, old and unfinished business. Dave or Tyler, any old or unfinished business?
I do have that. When we met in December meeting, we had the plat for the subdivision going in off of Hilltop and Cave Mill Road, and there was some questions about that. Colin's actually here. He's the one that drew up the plat for Kevin. And if there's any further questions on that or anything that we need to go forward to get changed to go ahead and get that approved, now would be a good time to discuss that.
Okay.
There was some questions about the existing road you had marked up on that, Dave, and then there was a drainage easement put in place of the old road. All the overhead electric that was out there is completely 100% underground now, so there's no issues with that. And then the other was that remaining portion on the north side that would have access through an easement off of the end of Sunset Drive. That was another question that came up in
Has
that
that been
meeting.
resolved?
That's kind of what we're going to talk about, exactly what he needs to do to the plat to get it to where we can go ahead and get that approved.
And you all are doing that.
The other thing was
Okay.
make
Very
sure
good.
you had access to the sewer, lift station.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
That
there,
was the other thing.
yeah, we've got direct access to the sewer station. We were able to connect right through, directly adjacent to that property. It borders the lift station property, and we were able to make a connection there, and to my understanding, they've already got that infrastructure in place.
Yep.
Yeah, we just want to make sure.
Yep, yep.
Did you have any questions that weren't addressed, if you recall from looking at you?
The only thing I remember is that back lot.
Colin, if you don't care, would you come forward, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
That large back lot that was going to be accessed off of that side road, there was a 10-foot strip retained, so that would have had to been deeded to somebody as an easement.
Yes.
So is that done? I think Barry Watkins was the owner of that.
Yes. Yeah, so what I've got, in addition, we had the mess of the unimproved right-of-ways where we made some changes, and under the recommendation of, apologize, I don't remember his first name, Diamond Don, the attorney that works for Kevin. He recommended us go ahead and just get all of the lot owners that own property during that phase of development to sign our plat, granting the release of any of the unimproved right-of-ways that were to be converted into private property, split amongst the lot lines that shoot off from that. So that's what we've done with that. And as far as the access easement, that 10-foot strip, the way that it's laid on the original subdivision plat, there's a 10-foot strip that is reserved by the original developers. My understanding is like yours, that it was Gary Watkins that did that. I told Kevin and made a note on our plat of an access easement note that original developer is granting an easement across that 10-foot strip. So that is going to be the way that lot I call it Lot P, it's the lot on the north side of that creek, will have access and not be cut off from any sort of road. It won't have direct road frontage, it's gonna have access through an easement. And I explained to Tyler that the idea behind that was if the north side of this creek was to ever be developed, that would be the avenue of Sunset Drive continuing out across that easement on into that area, and any new lot that becomes portions of Lot P, as it's shown right now, would have road frontage based off on that extension of Sunset Drive. At this point in time, there's no direct plans for that construction now, but that's an avenue for future.
Wouldn't you want to document on your plat the deed book and page number of that signed easement?
Okay.
From Watkins, if it's granted, it should be, I think, put on that plat.
Yeah, is it
There's a-
fine if the access granted is on the plat itself? Gary would sign the plat as a grant.
I'm not sure, that's probably a legal issue there.
I think it needs to just grant it by virtue of a separate document.
Maybe a deed, I would
Okay.
think too, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But one of the things we did, Ken and I, when we went over it, and Tyler, the easements, the utility easements needed to be marked with regard to the width and things of this nature. Is that what you've done?
So the overhead electric is gone.
Yeah, it's
And
gone.
we never found any recorded easement of that overhead easement. And in our discussion with, I believe it's Warren RACC that serves out there, they said if there's no recorded easement, we can't release an easement that we don't actually have. So even though they had a prescriptive right to do whatever they needed to at the time, they worked with us in order to throw that underground. And now it's all located within the right-of-ways and utility easements that are required by your own subdivision regulations that we built off of.
Dave, there's one other thing you and I talked about, and it's that road that was previously platted that you're having all the lot owners sign off to eliminate. But that's actually reserves touches a property to the west that would have rights to that road.
Yeah.
In my opinion, so
Yeah.
is that person involved in this too?
So we might need to add them as a list. I believe that is,
I remember
Kevin
that.
Schmidt.
Yeah. Sarah Schmidt.
Yeah.
That's who it is now, Sarah Schmidt. So we would have to add her
So you're
to it.
working on that too,
Well-
as far as getting that done?
We'll have to add her to that as a property
Okay.
owner to that plat.
Yeah.
Well, that roadway though, wasn't that a public way? That's what
It was platted as a public road in that original part of Cave Mill Heights.
Is that not a city street?
It was platted before planning and zoning back
not
in
maintaining it, but
70.
I don't know.
It's never been built, never was
We
built.
went ahead and listed, in addition to those lot owners, we listed a spot for the city of Leitchfield to relinquish their rights and the county of Grayson, just in case there was any sort of overlap between old city boundaries and new county boundaries and
Well,
what have you.
I think the law's pretty clear on that. If they haven't actually, the owner hasn't actually dedicated it to the city, and did the owner dedicate it to the city?
They never did. In a lot of the places that I've worked in, fee simple transfer for right-of-ways is sometimes what's required. And we never found any fee simple transfer of that strip. It was just platted like that. Forgive me for the year. I think it was in the 60s or 70s, something like that.
If it's just platted, and there's been no conveyance to the city, and the city hasn't accepted, the city doesn't have any authority to sign anything on it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that would
Go ahead
clear,
and strike the city.
that would clear that up, so
Yeah,
that wouldn't be a
yeah. So
problem.
just take the city and take the county.
No, the city's never,
Yeah.
the city's never required anything.
Yeah.
Okay, the city's never accepted it.
No.
Okay.
I'll
That was
go
a
ahead.
question that Kendall and I had when we looked at it.
Yeah, do you think it'd be safe to say we should speak with somebody directly with the county as to whether or not we should strike that?
It doesn't border any county property.
Yeah.
Every-
even though
everything around
in
it's all
70s
city.
we could have, or-
No, it wouldn't have been the county.
Okay, I'll go ahead and strike both of them, and then we'll add Sarah Schmidt as the signature line on that as well.
Is that the lady
And then we'll plan to get a separate deeded access easement from Gary to Kevin specifically.
That would
and then just
make
add
that more
reference.
definitive going forward, because that's gonna show up on all kind of titles and everything.
It would eliminate
That makes sense.
any ambiguity in the future. Dave, are you satisfied, Dave?
I think that's what, that covered everything. We saw it in the Kindle. Kindle now went over with pretty good detail, and that's all we saw.
Are you good?
I'm good if everybody else is good. Everything else was
Are you
was
good?
fine except for those things.
Are you all good that before I sign off on this plat, we'll get all of that taken care of?
Yeah, we wanted to make sure if there was a utility easement there, that it was actually marked so that people knew how far that utility easement went, so that they didn't build in it. And since there's no utility easement there, that eliminates that.
Well, another thing, Colin, we also talked about, I just actually thought about, the preliminary plat that I looked at, you've got some areas defined on 2 or 3 of the lots as drainage easements.
Yes.
But they weren't defined to where you could actually, like, a surveyor go out there and
Replicate it.
they need a distance along from a corner of the lot. I think in both cases, it would have been just a judgment or guess to where you define those easements.
So what I did on this version of the plat, and I can't remember exactly how we had the preliminary depicted, I've got distances along
The
boundary
roadways.
line calls, that way you could.
Yeah, you could
if it was
just, you
100
could determine
foot or
if it's a
something.
foot. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody's gonna get within.
Yeah, the goal I had was that you could take all of the meets and bounds descriptions and take
Determine it.
distances like witness pins or something like that to where you could replicate exactly where that detention, I'm a big, I've seen that happen a lot
Well,
where
the
you can't
preliminary-
actually recreate. the-
Preliminary plat didn't show it, so I think you've probably addressed it to Tyler.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, very good, thank you.
absolutely.
Tyler or Dave, are there any other old or unfinished business?
No, good news, Tyler's getting his, we were gonna meet with PVA and, get their maps, but Tyler's gotten so proficient with his maps. He's in fact getting them work. So,
Have you got it right?
So our new,
Yeah,
have I done what?
Well, you snowed in for 2 weeks, you had to have something to do.
yeah.
No.
he's just been doing a while with it, I think.
So, of course, the future land use map was complete already. But I've been working the actual zoning map, and I've got that to where I can go through and make everything current. And I also figured out how I can put what zone is on the property.
That's great.
So like when you zoom in,
wonderful.
it'll say R2, R2A, C1, whatever it is.
Very good.
Nice.
It's amazing what he's done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, is there any new business?
Yes,
Yes, Tyler.
Colin? So we have a site plan Colin has done for a property owner at the end of School Street. New
By the way,
Horizon.
Colin, if you wouldn't turn that microphone on, please. I don't know that it ever got turned on before our meeting started, so,
Test. Yep.
yeah, thank you.
So, if you want. You want to say
Yeah.
that way they can think you might have a copy of
Yeah,
it there.
yeah, I've got a copy of mine.
Thank you.
If you need one or however you need that, I'm happy to do. I've got notes written all over mine, but,
So this is a site plan for a church to be built at the end of School Street, kind of behind the water tower on the south side of where the Hawkins development's going in, if you're familiar with
So
that.
that's up by the tennis courts.
Is that something we need to actually approve?
That's what Tyler proves that.
So,
So just for our information only?
Right.
Okay.
all right, so this is, I'm here on behalf of the New Horizon Church, their new Methodist church. Right now, they preside down off of Cave Mill Road. This is a proposed new church building where they will move their services to. Like Tyler said, this is at the extension of out School Street where they recently built it, and Flower Lane actually extends into our property. Our proposal is for a new church. Total square footage, under roof, it's 6,000 square foot. Of that 6,000, about 1,280 that's gonna be a covered canopy, which leaves 5,940 square feet, enclosed, for their fellowship hall, for their sanctuary, classrooms, things of that nature that you see typical of churches. We've got 40 parking spaces right now. That allows, by your all zoning regs, up to 120 seats. They don't anticipate needing to add on to the church, which would require additional parking spaces at this time. So we've got 40 spaces for 120 people. I think they're congregation right now is right in the 50s. So they're planning to make this move to grow and serve the community. But just kind of going through a quick list of things. I go over the utilities, go over the site development as a whole, and if you got any questions, I'm happy to answer them as you all see fit. But water service, pretty simple. We've got a water line or water main that comes off of that water tower. We'll be setting a meter on our private property, extending the service line through the Flower Lane extension right away. Sewer, right now, we've got two different options that we're working through. Of course, Scotty Hawkins' new development that he put in a lift station. We're having a Kentucky engineering group who helps us with their water and sewer design look at sizing to see whether or not it'd be appropriate to connect the church into that. Obviously, that's the long-term fix that we strive for. If there's a problem with capacity, we've got a 10-acre parcel that there's plenty of room for a septic field. That would be sized and approved by the Grayson County Health Department. So that's kind of our plan for sewer. Of course, ideal scenario is that you all get another sewer customer. If the capacity is not there, we're going to go ahead and try to work through and do a private septic field. Electric, we got a couple of things we got to work through. Right now, there's a service line that serves the water tower. The clearance I have a little bit of issue with, so we're going to make sure that the contractor works with KU to see whether or not they need to set a new pole to make sure that we don't have any vertical clearance issues. We're actually going to be served by Warren RECC. There's a line that runs, kind of cuts cross-country through that tract on the southern end. We'll be able to extend off of that line solely on our property without the need for any additional easements. Right now, I've got a proposed underground, or a transformer that's going to sit inside of a little grass island that underground electric will be served to the building that way. We've been working with David Roof and City of Leitchfield to see about the feasibility and the cost of extending gas. I think that this is going to be a good property that if the city decides that they want another gas customer, I think the church is going to be appreciative and be able to utilize, gas water heaters and gas cookware and things like that. So I think that we're working the details out on that. Obviously, we can build it just being powered by electric, but in an ideal scenario, we can extend gas down there. Like I said, parking-wise, we got 40 parking spaces. One thing I want to note that maybe we have a discussion about and see where you all sit. I know that inside of your all's regulations, if you have 8 parking spaces, you want a smooth bituminous or asphaltic concrete or just Portland cement concrete surfacing. And the church obviously has that goal in mind. They're fighting every budget. They're fighting the budget problems that everybody is right now. And they had requested that if we could have a conversation about, as a base, put down gravel. Maybe there's a time frame that you all require it to be paved, or maybe we can just do a base course of asphalt. But inside that parking lot, we do have 6 dedicated handicap spots that I told them I'm pretty well non-negotiable on that. I want smooth surface, whether it's asphalt or whether it's concrete. In those handicap areas, I think that it's really important that we provide a good, smooth surface rather than any sort of crushed stone base or DGA surface for the time being. So that's something I want to kind of bring up and see where you all sit on that. Like I said, I know that if the budget allows, they want to wipe it through and get it all taken care of. But if they're running short on funds and it's the difference between, finishing out the fellowship hall like they wanted to or paving the parking lot, I know to them, the inside is going to be more important. So I don't know if you all have any comments about that or anything that, I can take back to the owner of limitations that you all might require on that, or if you're comfortable allowing the gravel to be temporary service for a certain period of time.
I know of at least one time historically that, we've certainly been able to work in conjunction with the developer on a timeline finishing those out. And I'm speaking on behalf of the commission, and they can tell me if this is not the case, if one of the commissioners want. Probably what we would prefer to entertain is a proposal from you all on a timeline, rather than us tell you what you need to do. If we could get a request from you that we could take under advisement and then see that that's the move that we want to make. So would that
makes
Okay.
sense.
For you all?
That's more feasible.
Fitness center.
Yeah.
And they had a certain amount of time to do it.
Yes, yeah.
They surely size that thing because it's only serving that one subdivision.
I know,
Sure,
yeah, and
it's big
that, I even had a conversation with David, I'm like, listen, I don't size sewer facilities, it's 6 foot deep, and I think it's 6 foot diameter tank, and I'm like, to me, it's 10 residential lots that Scott
it's
has
just a small
designed that
subdivision.
for. A church is not gonna have the same peak time as any of those single-family residential type purposes. I think it's gonna be fine, but again, I wanna just give you all the information that I have, and yeah, we'll work through however that needs to be worked through. I do know I've made contact with David about that.
I'll talk to David about it, see what he says. This may be like brand new to me, I'm not sure what he's
Yeah.
he's in Florida right now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Anyone have any questions that need to know? Thank you for the update. Appreciate the information.
Thank you.
We look forward to hearing more from you.
So we just wait, we're gonna get a proposal from them for the parking area, and then,
I just think they know, again, speaking on your all's behalf, I believe you all understand what timeline you're able to adhere to, rather than us just coming up with something and saying, well, let's just make it this much. You know, if you came to us and said, this is our plan, and we would appreciate your help on this, we'll take that under advisement, and then, you know, see how the commission wants to vote on it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you all need any more information on this?
Now, the big item is that sewer.
Yeah.
We got that sewer, we got that ordinance, that city ordinance.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
So we don't have to address
Yeah.
that.
Do you know if the results come back that the sewer capacity is not there?
Well, it's not just that, I'm not sure who, I mean, Scotty put it in himself, and he still retained ownership of it.
Yeah.
He turned it over to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've
That's an
spoken
issue.
with,
Just from conversation with him, it's been an issue.
yeah,
So and what is the timeline on this in the church? Do you know? Have they talked about it?
they would love to start as soon, I mean,
Like
my goal was to
ASAP?
bring this here and
Springtime.
have,
Start
yeah,
this spring.
get feedback from you all and
Okay.
fire up
Okay.
is what they're wanting to
Like
try to do.
6-8 month build?
That's, you know, how everybody's
I know,
ambitious,
I know.
and it is, it's one of
Yeah.
those things that
Yeah.
they've expressed to me that they feel called, they're ready to go, and as soon as we can get all the details worked out, they're
Sure.
ready to go.
Okay.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you, Colin, appreciate it.
Now, do I need to come back, I mean, as far as this is concerned, is it just work out the sewer and the whatever gravel proposal we have for you, or do I need to come back down and present?
Could he give the proposal to Tyler and then Tyler
Yeah.
pitch it to us?
Yeah, then he could.
That'd
he
make
could
more
get it to us.
sense.
yeah, you wouldn't have
No.
to come back for that, just send the proposal.
Yeah, Tyler can present it to us. I mean, and my guess is, knowing the commission like we do, we'll be happy to work with you. We just
Yeah.
need to know what we're
Yeah.
dealing with.
Yeah.
So if you can communicate that with Tyler, he'll present it to us, and we'll get it taken care of,
Okay.
and won't cause you an extra trip.
Okay,
All
that
right.
sounds good.
Okay.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Is there any other new business?
I have none.
No? Commissioners, anything?
So what are the next steps on the comprehensive plan? When will we get to see
Guess
the
we're just-
final package?
Dave, you got an update on the comprehensive plan?
Tyler gets this map done, we're done.
Right.
You expect that by next month?
I don't know.
I was just curious. I'm excited to see
Well, I mean,
it.
like I said, the future land use map's done, so I mean, it's,
As much ground as you've covered in a short period of time, it sounds like it should be
yeah. I
feasible
think
to
it-
be able,
So what,
be able to do it.
what would you like for me to do prior to the next meeting as far as, do you want me to send it to you,
Well, go
or
ahead.
just
You-
print it
I
off,
would
bring it?
Just give it to me and we'll put it together.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see it.
Before we get into a hearing to approve it, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
need to see it and review it. So it's ready, if you want to set it, then well, we need 14 days on a hearing at any point.
I'm not gonna send that full comprehensive plan, I mean, I'll
You can send a link, or can we upload it to somewhere? We,
I'll have to wait and see these maps, I'm not sure we can. Because we're gonna put all this on the website, but I'll have to get a copy.
Is it on there? We don't have a city emailed it. No.
all right.
If it's just the map, we can just reach out to stop by Tyler and pick up this.
I can email the map itself.
You can email that as well?
Yeah, I can email a PDF of it, but what David's got, I think it's so large, I don't think he can,
It's not a.
I don't think he can email it.
That's what I'm saying, it's on a phone book.
But we might be able to get one of our drives up there, and they can put it on a thumb drive, and we can see if we can do something with it.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
If we can get it on a thumb drive, we can probably do something, do like a Google Doc or something
I'm
like
happy
that.
to apportion some Google Drive space to anybody that wants to upload to it, and be happy to share the link with everyone.
All right, we'll work on that this week.
We'll move it to Excel for Dave.
I won't make it too complicated for Deanna, right?
Yeah.
She's not much better than I am.
We'll get it on a thumb drive, and then we'll take care of it.
Let the record reflect Commissioner Whitmore is present.
Sorry.
And with that in mind, Commissioner Whitmore is going to make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Missy. All in favor, say aye.